Hi there, my name is Jason, and as an experienced land investor, I wanted to just take a minute to share with you about how to sell your vacant land this year. First, what do I mean by vacant land? When most of us think of real estate, we think of houses and commercial buildings, malls and skyscrapers, and that sort of thing. But vacant land is often in a category completely of its own. The types of vacant land that I'm referring to in this video could be an empty lot that you bought to possibly build a future home on and then your plans changed. Or it could be a few acres that you inherited that's in a faraway place or another state that you don't get to very often. It could be a camping site, a lake lot, maybe a hunting property. Whatever it is, for whatever reason, you simply don't need it or want it anymore. Now, the real kicker with owning a piece of land like this is that whether you use it or not, it costs you money every year in property taxes. That's right, year in and year out, you have to pay money just to own the land. Now you might say, I know that, that's why I'm watching this video. But what you might not know is that in some states, if you get behind even just a couple of years on your property tax payments, the state and the county that the property's in has the right to auction the property off, oftentimes for pennies on the dollar, in order to try to recover their back taxes. And this is completely legal. Crazy, right? So, how do I sell my unwanted piece of vacant land? In this video, I want to share with you 3 ways that you can sell your land, and along with the pros and cons of each of these ways. The first way, and the most well-known by all, is to list your land with a realtor or broker. All right? Now you might say, I already knew that. That's the same way we would do with a house. It's probably the most common way to do it, but let's take a minute and look at the pros and cons. So the pros of listing your property, your vacant land, with a realtor is that they take care of all the paperwork. They have the purchase agreements, the offer contracts, and they show it to the potential buyers for you. You don't have to take time out of your day to go meet people and walk them around this property. Another pro of listing your land with a realtor is that they're going to try and get the best market price for your land, the best price in the market, because they earn their profits off the commission of the sale. Now, when we talk about the cons, most realtors don't want to mess around with a low-priced piece of land. Remember, realtors make their profits off commissions. So if you were a realtor, what would you rather list? A $300,000 house or a $30,000 piece of land? It's quite obvious, right? Another issue is that most realtors don't know how to market land. If someone does finally accept to take the listing, usually they don't want to put the effort or time into it or don't really know how to market land. And because banks rarely give loans for land, it can easily take 1 to 3 years on the market to try to get an offer on your property. That's a long time to wait. Even after you get a signed offer, the closing can take several months. And then another con is that you're going to pay a significant portion of your profits in the realtor's commissions and the closing and transaction costs. All right, so there's a second way that you can sell land this year, and that is simply to sell it yourself. Now, if you're going to sell land yourself, the pros are that you can go out and you can get a for sale by owner sign at your local hardware store, and you can put it on the side of the road in front of your property if your property has road access. And then you can go online and list it on a few local websites, and you might be able to generate interest and find a buyer. So one of the great pros about this is that you won't have to pay realtor commissions, so you will actually put more money in your pocket by selling it yourself. Now, what are the cons of selling it yourself? Well, it's really just how much you value your time and efforts. So you're going to need to invest a significant amount of time in creating a marketing package. You're probably going to need to get some good photographs of the property. Maybe hire a drone pilot to take some aerial photos. You're going to need to find the county plat maps and GIS maps to show where the property lines are to potential buyers. And then you're going to need to talk to the potential buyers when they call you on the phone at all hours of the day or write you emails. And many of them are going to want you to meet them at the property and walk them around to the 4 corners of the property and show them the attributes. Now, another con is that you're going to need to have to prepare the legal documents yourself in order to complete the sale. And the sale closing could take several months of your time while you do this process. Now, there's a third way, and this is probably the least known way to sell land. And this is to sell your land to a land investor just like myself, okay? A land investor. Now, a land investor is a person like myself that buys and sells land. So this is by far the easiest way to get cash for your land and the fastest way to sell your property. Now, let me be clear here. A land investor is not going to pay you full market value for your property. Remember what we said about the average time on the market for land can often be 1 to 3 years just to try to get an offer at that market price. A land investor is either going to hold on to the land for multiple years in hopes that the values increase, or he's going to try to sell it to another investor or a connection that he has in order to make a profit. So they're not going to give you full market price. But there are some advantages of selling to a land investor. What they will do is they will give you an offer in cash, a solid cash offer. There's not going to be any bank or financing contingencies that you have to worry about blowing up the contract several months into the deal. Another thing is that they will pay any back taxes that are owed on your land out of their pocket, so you won't have to pay them out of yours. Another thing is that they'll pay for all of your closing costs, so you don't have to worry about that either. And then a land investor removes the middleman because they work directly with you, the owner of the property. So there are no commissions and no hidden fees. And the final benefit, and probably the most sought after thing, is that they can close a sale very quickly and smoothly within a matter of weeks rather than months. You can have cash in your hand for your property. Now, if you have a piece of land that you would like to sell this year, I hope that this video has helped you to make an informed decision about how to go about selling your property. Of the 3 options, if you think that the third one is a fit for you and you say, Jason, I really want to get this property sold fast. I don't want to wait around. I don't have the time to do it myself. Then I would encourage you to click the button below this video to get connected to our network of vetted investors. And we will get a cash offer, a real cash offer for your land within 24 hours. You can also subscribe to receive more educational content about how to sell your land. Thank you for watching, and I wish you the very best of luck in the sale of your property.